Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stan&Chelle show. First of all, I would like to wish everybody a happy new year. Happy 2021. We wish this year will bring joy, peace, health, and wealth. And we're going to do our part to bring in all the interviews that going to help you make a better career choice. Today, we're going to have a special guest. She's a coach. She's going to give us some information that I believe will be good for you guys for your future and for any decision that you're going to make. She is my friend, one of my best friend, Coach Kedly. Hello, Kedly. How you doing today?
Hey Stan, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Awesome.
being part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. For our first question, what do you do, Coach Kedly?
Before I start, I really want to greet everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. And I want to thank Stan and Shell for inviting me to the show. Hopefully, the information I'm going to be sharing with you guys, it will help you or help a friend that you know make the better choice. And hopefully you learn something. One of my coach once told me that knowledge is power. So hopefully the knowledge that you're gonna hear, well, you can use it to help somebody else. Like Stan asked me, my name is Kedly, Coach Kedly, and I currently serve in the military.
Wow, you're serving in the military. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So, Coach Kedly, why did you decide to join the military?
Wow, a lot of reasons why I decided to join the military. I've always wanted to join the military. I've always wanted to be part of something bigger, serving in a bigger platform, bigger than me, where I can help impact lives. And the military is pretty much a great opportunity for me, a great platform for me. And joining the military, one of the many reasons, well, two of the many reasons I'll share with you guys was to be able to pay off my student loans. And the second reason was to further my career. And the military gives, provide a lot of benefits, a lot. When I tell you a lot of benefits, it does provide a lot of benefits. But I'm just going to share two of the many reasons why that I joined the military.
Okay, two of the many reasons. Oh, that's fast. I like that. So, can you tell the viewers exactly which branch in the military that you're part of?
Sure. Right now, I currently serve the Army and I am in active duty in the Army.
Wow, thank you for serving and sacrifice your life to help us keep us safe. We salute you as a civilian. Can you tell us the process of joining the army?
Um, some of the processes or the basic processes that for you to join the military, first of all, is to go to the Army website and kind of read some information about the Army, what it can offers for you, all the benefits that are available. And the second thing I would say is kind of know why you want to join the Army. If you know why you want to join the Army or the military, it will be an easier process. What you would like to do in the military, as well as what can you get out of it, as far as what can as far as maybe like schooling or special skills that you want to come out of the military with, kind of know what you want to do in the military or what you like. And the second thing is to see a recruiter. Once you go in the Army website or whatever branch you want to go to, and you request for a recruiter, you sit down with the recruiter, ask the recruiter as many questions as you can. And you can go on YouTube, kind of research and follow some people to answer some of the questions or the concern that you have. But definitely, a recruiter will be able to assist you on that as well. Then prepare yourself to take the ASVAB. The ASVAB is the test that determines where you at and the jobs that you qualified for, and stuff like that. So from sitting with a recruiter, the recruiter will have you take a practice ASVAB test, and that way they can see where you're at, where you are, you ready to take the real test and stuff like that. So the ASVAB will pretty much determine what job that you qualified for. So I would say definitely study for it, and don't take it lightly. Take it seriously, study as much as you can for it. Whatever subject you feel weak on, just study for it. Don't feel pressured by the recruiter to take the ASVAB right away, because once you take it, I believe there's like a 6 month period from the time you take it to the time you can retake it again. So just make sure that once you take the practice test, just make sure you give yourself time to study so you can get a good score. So the better you score on the ASVAB, the more job opportunities that you want. But definitely, I would say ask questions, ask as many questions as you can, and do some research, do YouTube, watch some YouTube videos, so you definitely can educate yourself as well. And sometimes the recruiter doesn't know everything. Remember that. So the more question you ask, then the more the recruiter can help you. If you don't ask questions, then the recruiter doesn't know, you know, the recruiter know how to help you, but in a general level. But if you keep asking questions towards the career that you want to do in the military, then it's very, very helpful to do. And then once you take the ASVAB from there, the recruiter will tell you what you scored, then you would know what kind of job available for you, and kind of research those jobs. If you have a lot of options, research each and every one of them besides what the recruiter gonna tell you about the job. Research it as well. Ask the recruiter to print all the jobs that are available with the score that you have. Then go home and do your research on them. Google them. There might be some YouTube videos on each job and what it entails. And from there, the recruiter will tell you exactly what to do. There's a lot of paperwork that you have to do. If you're married, if you're single, that determines as well some of the paperwork that you have to do. Then there is a physical test that you have to go take at MEP. MEP, I forgot what it stands for. You can Google it, but it's pretty much that's where you do physical. That's where they do all your physical to see if you're physically fit to join the military. And once you do MEP process, MEP is kind of like the hardest process because that's what determines if you end or not and stuff like that. So once you pass MEP, pretty much you do the oath. Once you pass math, you pass the physical, then there's an oath. You have to raise your right hand to the oath that you will serve for whatever years your contract is. If you want to do reserve, active, that will depend on you as well. But MEP, once you pass MEP, this is it for you. So this is pretty much some of the basic processes that you have to go through to to get in. Also, based on the job, there's a lot of things you can find out as well, like the bonus. Do you want bonus versus non-bonus? So there's a lot of little things in there. But definitely do some research, ask questions, and then you can make the right decision for you.
Awesome. Then there's a lot of processes that we have to follow. Right.
It's a lot. It's a
Mm,
lot. It's not a lot at the same time, because once you're passionate about it, you're not gonna see
mm,
all these informations. I mean, I kind of go in details, but it's not that much neither, because the
oh,
process will go, very quickly once you know what you want, and then you abide by the what the recruiter is asking for and stuff like that. So
okay.
definitely.
Okay, interesting. Then do you have to always have to take the test, or you can just join without taking the ASVAB test? That's the way you call it?
Yeah, ASVAB. No, the test is a must. It is a requirement. You cannot bypass the test. And one thing I've seen, and when I was at basic training, I met a fellow soldier who did not speak he did not have speak the English properly, so he lacked the language barrier, so he did not do well on the ASVAB test. So there's a program they can put you on the program for you to go improve your English so you can definitely have a better score on the ASVAB. So if English is not your second language or you're not fluent in English, there's a process, there's a program the recruiter can assign you in so you can register to the program and go to that program and improve your language.
Okay, that's good. And ASVAB test is like general questions, or it's set on specific questions?
The ASVAB have different topics like math, English, grammar. So I would say, I don't know if I should say general questions, but more general and specific questions as well. It depends on the topic, but there are like 9 or 10 topics in the ASVAB.
So the best thing to do is to get ready for it, prepare, ask them any question that you need to, and speak with a recruiter. Okay.
Yes, and always ask questions. Ask the recruiters to give you like a link where you can study, or there are apps that you can study as well, or if you want to purchase a book to study. But I would definitely say prepare yourself, take the ASVAB um, seriously per se, because it does determine your job, the job that you qualified for.
Okay, okay, awesome. I know if I was gonna take that test, I was gonna ace it because I love taking tests. But one thing I'm worried about is the math. Is math or math? How do you
MEP,
spell? How do you
M
spell
E
it?
MEP. I think
MEP.
so.
So
I think so.
okay, MEP. So the math. What kind of exercise do they do? Do you run 2, 3, 5 miles, or do you do 65, 75,000 push-ups? Or what do you do
No,
exactly?
the map is pretty much it's a physical if it's a physical process that you go to. Physical to see if you're physically fit. Um how can I say? Yeah, if you're physically fit, if your health is good, if you meet the standards, pretty much, if you meet the standards that they are looking for to that they are looking for in that future soldier, from
Mm,
physical to mental, um yeah, all health related they check. So
okay,
you can
so
definitely check with your recruiter to see what kind of health conditions they accept or health conditions that they don't accept.
okay, so this is not boot camp.
No, that's not boot camp. It's just
Okay.
yeah, that's before you go to boot camp. It's just a
Mhm.
process that determines if you are in or not based on your health.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So you have to be healthy and make sure that you're okay doing the physical part. That's
Yes.
awesome.
And the physical part is very basic. Like for example, um yeah, I would say the physical part is very basic, but they have specific things that they look for to see, like if you're able to run, if you're able to bend, like certain, basic stretching exercises that they have you do to, to,
Mhm.
and there are other aspects to that they check. The recruiter will go more in details for you.
Wow. So that's a lot of information. So when exactly you're gonna start boot camp? Is it like the process take a long time before you qualify to go to boot camp, or they give you the result right away and then you start boot camp the following day?
No. Once you go through med process, if you pass all the physicals, and that same day or that same afternoon, you go through the oath process where you raise your right hand and you whatever they said, you agree to it that you will serve the you will do your contract time within the military, and then from there it depends on the date that you and the recruiter selected to leave for basic training. So some people they selected to leave right away, like within some people leave within the next day, some people leave within a month. Me, I left in and I left in 2 months from the time that I said yes and I went through the whole process. But some people live within 30 days, some people live within 2 weeks. It all depends on what you and the recruiter decided to do. So if you want to go right away, or if you want to take care of some things, like for example, if you have family, you have certain things that you want to make sure you put in order make sure everything is taken care of before you leave. Because once you leave, you're not gonna have access to your phone, you're not gonna have access to anything. And so just make sure that you took care of things that needs to be taken care of before you leave.
Okay, that's good info. Awesome. Can you give us more? Can you tell us more about your own experience in the army?
My own experience. My own experience kind of like I guess I can start from well, by the way, MEP is a long day process, but it's a very interesting process, but it most likely gonna be the full day that you go there. My experience in the military has I could say that there's good and bad, but I would say they're good and bad. Well, great and good per se. Nothing bad as far as something traumatic and stuff like that. But the hard part for me was the I would say more mental. It was for me, but everything was good until you got to basic training. So from the time you got there, when you first got there, like when you arrive at the airport, there's a drill sergeant that's waiting for everybody, and he or she will give you instructions of like certain things you can do, like for example whatever you carry. By the way, when you go into basic training, just don't bring much stuff. You just gonna bring like the basic things. The recruiter will give you a list of things to bring. Do not bring more. For me, I brought too many stuff in terms of I bought a big Bible. I bought like 3 books to read. I brought like those what you might call like the neck rests
Uh-huh.
when you're traveling, and I brought a comforter, and and plus the other stuff that the recruiter tells you to bring. So when you got to the airport, where the drill sergeant was telling us to um the backpack that I carried, I had to carry everything on my left hand. Everybody had to carry whatever you had with you. If it was a luggage, if it was whatever it was, you had to carry it on your left hand and keep your right hand for whatever. And you cannot switch. You cannot hold it under your arm. You cannot do anything like that. So my left arm was numb by like 5 minutes after I started carrying this thing. Honestly, though, my experience there, I was like, oh my goodness. And you have to walk a certain way, like it was crazy. It was like I was like, wow, why did I sign up for this? So don't bring a lot of stuff, like. And what else can I say? Yes. And when you get to okay, so from the airport, there's a drill sergeant that brings us to the main place, and that was like the same day. And that day you're really gonna have a long day, guys. So we got to what they call reception place, and the minute we got there, imagine, I had a long time walking with that backpack in my hand. So you have to hold the backpack in the like the little shoulder, not the shoulder, but the handle part, right? And so we got there. My left arm was numb, and everybody had to stand what they call that position of attention. And then the drill sergeant say something. The drill sergeant started yelling at everybody's face, and then the drill sergeant was like, "Everybody drop for push up." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I thought like before I left, I was doing like some practice, So I was practicing my push ups and stuff like that. I thought I was good until I got there. Like by the time I did like 3 push-ups, I was like, I was on the floor. Seriously, I was on the floor. I'm like, man, I cannot do any push-ups.
Oh
I cannot do any push-ups anymore. And remember, my left arm was already numb from carrying that backpack.
my God.
So it was funny. It was so funny. Like I think I don't know. I believe I cried that day or something like that. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah, it was tough. And then it's pretty much from that point on, it's pretty much following direction. They just want you to listen and follow. You have to listen and follow direction and stuff like that. They want you to put certain things to the left, certain things to the right, up, down, whatever it is, but it's pretty much being able to follow direction, listen and follow direction and stuff like that. So once you get to to what they call reception, it's almost like HR at your job. where you go to, they do physical, they do everything that you need. That's where they assign you uniform, they assign you your shoes, you get shots. They do all kind of physical that you can think of, x-rays, they do blood check, blood work, everything that they need. That's where they do it, what they call reception. You spend like 3 to 5 days there. Yeah, 3 to 5 days there. And it's yeah, it's, I don't know. And then you get to the real basic training, the real basic, and then everything that they give you, all the uniforms, they give you like some heavy bags to carry your luggage. And the thing is, you're not used to those things, you're not used to carrying them, so they are heavy. And when you get there, you have to carry everything. You cannot drag them, you cannot, roll anything. Everything you have to carry on your backpack or in front of your, like, on in front, the front side of you or your back. And yeah, they have what they call shark. The shy process is, once you get there, that's when all the drill sergeants will start yelling at you, coming on your face and yelling and screaming and stuff like that. And like people, especially like the young kids, they get afraid, they get frustrated, they're not used to people yelling on their face like that. It scares you. The process of it is to scare you. It's like a shark, when the shark is trying to attack you, like a
Mm.
shark attack. And
Oh
that's the
wow.
purpose of it, for them to like attack you, come in your face and making you scared and stuff like that. So in that process as well, that was pretty much, the whole process. And from there, the next day, you start doing exercises early in the morning. You have to get up. And that night, we literally had like maybe 2 3 hours of sleep. And you remember, you don't have an alarm that waking you up, so you got to find a way to wake up. And that's when they tell you all the instruction, who's going to be a drill sergeant and blah blah blah. And so many things to it and stuff like that. But it's the purpose of it is to break you mentally from being a civilian to being a soldier.
Wow.
Discipline, doing things together. It's a teamwork. Being on time, being ready, always, on the
Mm,
mission. Moving with a purpose. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like you learn the ceremonies, you learn movement, body movement, the uniform, how to stand, what they call, you stand at position of attention, position at rest, how to salute an officer, everything that you need to learn. That's what you learn during that 9 weeks. And you learn to you learn to how to hold a weapon, the parts of the weapon, how to put your uniform together, how to fix your bed, what they call the hospital corners and all that stuff. It's very, very, very amazing. But like I said, the hardest thing for me was, it was mental, my spiritual aspect of it. And because I'm not used to, like all the cursing, all the F word, you know all other profanity words that they use, and I'm not used to that. And
okay.
it's just the whole, I don't know how to describe the environment, but it was rough. Sleeping in the woods, sleeping outside in the rain and the cold. It's the only thing you have what they call a rucksack. That's where you have all your uniform, you have a sleeping mat to sleep on. If it rains at night, then you got to find a way to cover yourself. They give you like a sheet that kind of help protects you from the rain. But besides that, out there spending 4 days out there sleeping in the wood.
Mm,
It's raining. They don't care. You keep walking,
mm.
walking 12 miles, 10 miles, 42 miles. And they have
Wow.
different phases. Like the first phase, for the first mile that we did, the longest, not the longest, but the first phase was 10 miles. We started from 5 miles to 12 miles to 15 miles and then 42 miles. But you do get breaks. Like they
Uh,
probably gives you like a 30 minutes break. Within that 30 minutes, you get what they call latrine break, which is you go use the toilet and stuff like that.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
so it's amazing. It's very fun. Looking back, it was fun, but going through it, it wasn't fun for me. So
mm,
yeah.
mm.
Or
So,
in the cold,
mhm.
you would. It's, I don't know.
Wow. So, so you say it take you 9 weeks for those for all the stuff to happen?
Yeah, 9 weeks. You go through a 9 week process at basic training, and yeah.
So after the 9 weeks, you graduate, or you have to go to a different
Right.
part of.
After 9 weeks you graduate, and then that's when you go to your job training, what they call AIT and stuff like that. But during the 9 weeks, there's so much that you learn because you pretty much there, you pretty much they have an agenda for you from the time you wake up, let's say 5:30, 5:45. It depends on the place where you go to basic training, but normally by no later than 6 o'clock you up. So from the time you up 6 o'clock in the morning until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, you pretty much on your feet. You cannot take a nap. You cannot, yeah, you can, you know. I mean, you
Uh,
can take a nap if you're on the field. What they call the field, that's when we go out in the range, we shoot, we fire, and you can't really take a nap because if they see you take a nap, then they will punish everybody else. You know,
wow.
yeah. One person messed up, one person show up late, like 1 minute late. Everybody get punished for it. Everybody get push-ups. Everybody gets. They have different punishments that they punish every because it's a teamwork. You know, it's all
Okay.
about teamwork, and they have what they call a battle buddy system. You don't go to the toilet without a buddy,
Okay.
you know, and that's for
Mhm.
safety purposes.
Okay, that's good. So, how did you feel after the 9 weeks when you graduate? Can you kind of tell us,
How did I feel after the 9 weeks? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe I felt because of COVID, I was expecting my family to come and you know see the success and celebrate us and stuff like that. And I guess because of COVID, my family, well, everybody's family couldn't come, so it you know I think we missed that excitement of all the things that we've accomplished and stuff like that. But at the end of 9 weeks, you feel like, wow, where did that 9 weeks go? Or wow, we've accomplished so much in 9 weeks. Like wow, now they can finally call you a soldier. But before that process, they call you a trainee, you know, they call you a
Mhm.
trainee. And now they can finally call you a soldier. You go through the process, you pass the test that they give you, or your weapon qualifications and stuff like that. So I mean, at the end, we feel purposeful, I would say. Like you've accomplished so much, you've become a better person, you've become stronger mentally, physically. You've accomplished so many obstacles that you didn't think that you would have accomplished, you know, or you went through so much that you didn't think you could have, you know, like you know, walking miles and miles. Like you get to a point, you're so tired, you're so dehydrated, not dehydrated because you have a water bag, you have a water source. You have a
Mhm.
water source on you, so you're not really dehydrated. It's just like you're so tired, like how much the body can, you're like, man, I'm tired. My body cannot do it anymore. But they like, yeah, you can do it. You still have more. And they will say, you almost there, you almost there. You walk another 2, 3 miles, you're still not there. I'm like, seriously? You know, you're
Wow.
walking with a weapon in your hand, things on your a rucksack that is like at least 45 pounds to maybe 45 to 60 pounds. The weapon is in your hand, so you can't really rest your hand because you have to hold the weapon as if there is an enemy coming, so you can attack. You know, so there
Mhm.
are certain ways you can hold the weapon, and after a while, your muscles, your body are not used to that, and it's
Wow. Mhm.
but it is exciting. It is at the end
Wow,
of the training, you feel purposeful. You feel like you've accomplished something. You're becoming a better person. You're becoming a stronger person, and you're strong mentally and physically. Like looking back, you're like, man, these were obstacles that I couldn't do, and now I do it. Oh, one thing I hated, the guy, bro. One thing I hated at basic training was running. I still hate running. Honestly, I started running like less than a minute later. I'm like, boy, I cannot run anymore, and we have to run for another 20 minutes. I remember the worst day for me. One day, it was like early in the morning.
Mhm.
Imagine, I hate running, right? And we
Mhm.
have to run 2 miles and stuff like that. And I got to a point, I'm like, man, I'm tired. The drill sergeants kept saying, well, it's all in the mind. Let's go training. Let's go training. It's all in the mind. You can do it. You can do it. And then it started running. I mean, raining. It started raining. And then I'm here I am doing my best. I feel like I'm losing my breath and stuff like that. And I got to a point, it was raining. I'm like, you know what? I give up. I just dropped myself on the floor, and I had to pee. I had to pee. I'm like, I just dropped myself on the floor, started crying, and I peed on me, man. I had to do what I had to do. It was, looking back, it was funny, but back going through it, man, I'm like, man, why did I
Mhm.
sign up for this?
Mhm.
But
And so it's really hard, but at the end of the tunnel, you can see the bright light.
right. And it's hard because you've never pushed yourself that far. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
And when you really think about it, like the drill sergeant say, you really can do it. You really can push more. You really can push more. At the end of the day, it's all really in the mind. If you train your mind to go further, to go beyond a little bit more, then the mind will definitely go. But you have to train the mind for that. And at the end of the day, it's really, really in the mind when you really
Mhm.
think about it.
Okay. So do you think a training like that, everybody in the US should try something like that?
I honestly, I think everybody. I mean, it's my opinion. Um, it will be beneficial for everyone to go through it, not just the physical aspect of it, but the mental aspect of it, the discipline that you get, how you see things, how you view things.
Mhm.
It's to me, it'll be worth it if every um teenagers, or let me not say teenagers, but coming out of high school.
Mhm.
You can go through it through basic training and then go mind your business, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do in life, because it gives you that mindset to get things done. It gives you the mindset to push. It gives you that mindset to not give up on yourself, or not give up on your fellow partner and stuff like that. So yeah, going through it, I'll definitely think a lot of people, it changes their lives, because it changes your mindset to be disciplined, to be on time. Why the purpose of not being on time, and what can it cause? How it affects not
Mhm.
just you but your surroundings and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that so I can see exactly where my body or my mind can really go, because I feel like you said, in my opinion too, I think everybody should try something like this. But we'll see, maybe one day. And the other question I have for you is, can you tell us one thing that you think you can do different before you join the army, or you wish you knew before you joined the army? Mhm.
One thing I wish I knew about before I joined the army is the top security clearance that you have to get security clearance in the army, or in the military.
So, what you mean by top security clearance?
Like top security clearance are sensitive informations that you get access to. Um, yeah, top security clearance or sensitive informations that you get access to. And for you to get access to those informations, first you have to be a US citizen. Besides being a US citizen, you have to have a good record, good credit, and stuff like that.
Hmm, interesting. Credit. So, what do you mean exactly about credit?
Yes, well, credit is very important, because when they do the the background check and your credit check. So if you have things in your credit history that is a flag, that's gonna hinder you from that's gonna hinder you from getting security clearance. So going through the process, I had to go through the process of um, I had to go through the process of getting my credit fixed, as well as creating a package for me to be able to show proof that, hey, I'm working on my credit, and for them to go through the process of for me to get security clearance. So having a good credit is very important, and that's one thing I did not know coming into the military. It's not going to prevent you from joining the military, but as far as security clearance, it is very important that someone have good credit, and I did not know that. Going through the process taught me a lot of things about having good credit. And after I went through this process, that led me to get more information about credit, how credit works, so that way I can help somebody else who's having problem with their credit and stuff like that.
Wow, that's good. Then I think credit is really going to be a big subject for everybody to know, and I think everybody in America know that how important credit is. Would that be okay with you for another time that we can have another interview with you where you can teach people or tell people what all the information that you get, or maybe coaching them to on how to improve their credit?
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing I would definitely love to come by and share some nuggets with the audience about, the good credit, having good credit and bad credit, how it can affect you and stuff like that. What I went through is something I would not advise someone to go through. But at the same time, too, I will definitely share my experience. And if anyone out there have bad credit, I can definitely help assist anyhow I can, definitely. So like I said before, knowledge is power. So by going through the process, I know what it is, so I can definitely help somebody else. So definitely I would love to come back to your show and share some knowledge with the audience.
Awesome, awesome. Oh yes, definitely. And I'm looking forward for that day. And before we go, and my last question is, what kind of advice you would like to give to someone who decide to join the military?
Wow. One of the advice I would definitely give to someone who wants to join the military is don't delay on it. Just do it right now. Not now, but right now. That's one thing that I wish I have done when I back then when I wanted to join the military. I mean, I had a lot of fear and stuff like that, but I would definitely advise someone to definitely go for it. There are so many opportunities, so many opportunities you can definitely benefit from. Not only the what they call the VA loan benefits, medical benefits, schooling. You can pursue your career in the military and not pay a dime for it. There are so many opportunities, and the leadership opportunities that you get in there is incredible. So I would definitely advise someone, for whatever reason that you want to join the military. I believe that it will worth it because the benefits you get, it's compares to none, definitely. So I would definitely advise someone. Basic training is not as bad as I said it was. Everybody will have different experience about basic training, but at the same time too, be ready to be pushed and challenged, to go further than what you used to and stuff like that. But as far as the military, I will definitely advise someone, go for it. And like somebody who is if you have your residency, your green card, and you're not a U.S. citizen, this is a definitely opportunity for you to get your citizenship in the military. And but all the other benefits, like I said, do your research. There are so many opportunities, so many benefits you can definitely benefit from. If you're the type that like to travel, you can definitely get the opportunity to travel, opportunity to have a career, have a skill, opportunity to further your career. If you're someone who already have some college credit or some schooling, it is an amazing opportunity. So I would definitely tell somebody, don't join now, but join right now.
Awesome, John, right now. So everybody that are thinking about joining the military, good luck, and I thank you for your service and everything that you're gonna do. And thank you, Kedly, for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for all the information that you just shared with everybody. And like you said, I know we're gonna come back for to teach people how to improve their credit because that's really important. And may God bless you and have a blessed day. Till next time.
All right. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Shell, for having me on the show. I hope the information that I shared with everybody that helps you to make a decision to, join the military or advise someone to join the military is not what people make it seems out there, but there are a lot of great opportunities, great benefits that you definitely can benefit from it. So it was a pleasure being here with you, Stan and Shell.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
All right. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.